Hello dear friends. Welcome to my channel. Today, we are going to tackle a topic that should not be in our lives: toxic people. At least once in our lives, we have all encountered people who pull us down, drain our energy, or drive us to negative thoughts. Sometimes these people are close friends, family members, or co-workers. But remember that such relationships distract us from our true potential and damage our mental health. Today I will show you how to remove these toxic people from your life. I will share the steps you need to take to get rid of their influence and ways to protect yourself. Remember that setting boundaries increases your self-esteem and opens the door to healthy relationships. It's time to create an environment in your life full of people who support and uplift you. If you are ready, let's stand against bad influences together and discover ways to improve our quality of life. In the ancient city of Athens, where the wisdom of philosophers echoed in the marble halls, there lived a storekeeper named Aurelius. Known for his unwavering devotion to virtues and his ability to calmly navigate life's challenges, Aurelius was put to a painful test one day when he encountered a poisonous individual. Dionysius, a philosopher, was notorious for sowing discord and manipulating those around him. His words were like poison, causing strife and turmoil wherever he went. One day Dionysius set his sights on Aurelius, trying to undermine his teachings and damage his reputation in the philosophical community. Instead of succumbing to anger or resentment, Aurelius appealed to the teachings of Stoicism. He realized that Dionysius' toxicity stemmed from his own internal struggles and insecurities. Instead of engaging in a verbal battle, he surprised everyone by choosing the path of empathy and understanding. In a public forum, Dionysius launched a verbal attack, criticizing Aurelius' philosophy and questioning his character. But Aurelius kept his cool. He calmly responded to the accusations without retaliation. Acknowledging the pain Dionysius may have been experiencing, he reframed the debate around the broader principles of Stoicism. Words have the power to wound, but they also have the power to heal, Aurelius said, redirecting the conversation to the importance of cultivating virtue and kindness. Expecting a heated debate, the audience admired Aurelius' ability to remain true to his principles even in the face of venomous language. As days turned into weeks, Aurelius responded to Dionysius' provocations with kindness and wisdom. He continued to fight back. Instead of allowing evil to poison his soul, Aurelius chose to be a paragon of virtue. His actions spoke louder than words, and gradually even Dionysius began to question the reasons behind his own negativity. In the end, Aurelius' victory was not just a personal triumph, it became a philosophical lesson in action. He had shown that true power lies not in dominating others, but in dominating oneself. The Stoic response to toxicity demonstrated the transformative power of virtue and left an indelible mark on the hearts and minds of those who witnessed his resilience. And so the story of Aurelius became a timeless testament to Stoic philosophy. It reminded us that even in the face of poison, one can choose the path of virtue, wisdom, and inner peace. As in this story, we have all encountered people who drain our energy and test our patience. In this video you will learn how to deal with toxic people. But the point is that this video is not about dwelling on the negative, but about equipping ourselves with powerful strategies inspired by the wisdom of philosophers like Seneca, Marcus Aurelius, and Epictetus. We will explore how their timeless teachings can guide us in dealing with toxic people without compromising our own well-being. If you've ever found yourself struggling to keep your cool, wondering how to set boundaries without losing your cool, or questioning whether it's right to walk away from toxic relationships, you've come to the right place. This video will be very informative and helpful, so make sure you watch it to the end. Trust me, you don't want to miss any of these Stoic techniques. Let's get started. Toxic people often distort the truth, manipulate facts, and make up lies. They may try to make us doubt ourselves, blame us for their problems, or pressure us to believe their version of reality. To counter this, we need to stick to what we know, what we can prove, and what we can control. We must not let them influence our perception of ourselves or the situation. We must trust our intuition, evidence, and values. We need to remember our strengths, achievements, and goals. As Epictetus said, when an impression first hits you, don't let its power sweep you off your feet. Just say to it, "Wait a minute. Let me see who you are and what you represent. Let me test you." And then let them go. Let them face the consequences of their actions. Let them deal with their own problems. Free yourself. It is very important to develop a discerning mind when faced with distortions and lies. Search for evidence, trust your instincts, and be diligent in your search for the truth. Documenting events and keeping a record of facts can serve as a valuable reference point and empower you to counter the deception story. By focusing on concrete evidence, you can build a shield against the corrosive effect of lies. It is crucial to recognize that toxic individuals often thrive on creating doubt and confusion. By sticking to the facts and maintaining a clear understanding of reality, you take back control over your narrative. Do not allow their manipulations to penetrate your sense of self. Remember, their distorted version of reality is a reflection of their own problems, not a reflection of your value or abilities. As you face the challenges posed by manipulative individuals, let your unwavering commitment to truth be your guiding light, enabling you to navigate the complexities of relationships with clarity and strength. Toxic people often engage in negative behaviors such as gossiping, complaining, criticizing, or putting others down. They may try to draw us into their drama, provoke arguments, or encourage us to do things we regret. To avoid this, we need to avoid participating in their evil. We should not stoop to their level or try to change or persuade them. We should simply ignore them, distance ourselves from them, or set boundaries. As Marcus Aurelius said, the best revenge is not to be like that. Realize that communicating with toxic individuals on their terms only perpetuates the cycle of negativity. It may be tempting and noble to try to persuade those who feed on disharmony or to try to change their ingrained patterns of behavior, but it is ultimately futile. Instead, our focus should be on maintaining our own integrity and refusing to enter their toxic orbit. Resisting the urge to join requires a conscious will to rise above the fray. It requires a deep understanding that our well-being does not depend on their approval or cooperation. By refraining from participating in gossip, complaints, or arguments, we preserve our peace and protect our emotional energy from being consumed by their negativity. Setting boundaries becomes a fundamental act of self-protection. Clearly defining what is acceptable and what is not allows us to protect ourselves from the harmful effects of toxic behavior. This includes saying no without guilt and decisively, recognizing that your behavior is not a selfish act but a necessary one. Boundaries act as a shield, ensuring that our mental and emotional well-being remains intact even in the presence of toxicity. Distancing is a powerful choice, showing strength rather than weakness. It does not mean defeat, but rather a refusal to engage in destructive dynamics. Whether physically distancing ourselves or emotionally detaching from their provocations, the act of distancing asserts our autonomy and underscores our commitment to a healthier, more positive existence. Toxic people often trigger strong emotions in us, such as anger, frustration, sadness, or fear. They can push our buttons, hurt our feelings, or threaten our values. To deal with this, we need to understand what we feel and why we feel it. We must not suppress or deny our feelings or act impulsively. We should acknowledge them, examine them, and learn from them. As Seneca said, the greatest cure for anger is procrastination. Accepting our feelings is not a sign of weakness, but a testament to our emotional intelligence. Toxic people often exploit weaknesses, intentionally or unintentionally, to provoke reactions. By understanding what we feel and why we feel it, we gain insight into the inner workings of our emotional landscape. Take time to examine the root causes of your emotions. Is it a specific action or words of the toxic individual, or is it tapping into deeper issues within yourself? This introspection helps you distinguish between external triggers and internal narratives that may be contributing to the intensity of your emotional response. While it is very important to understand emotions, it is equally important not to act impulsively. The heat of the moment can tempt us to lash out or retaliate, but such responses often exacerbate toxicity rather than resolve it. Seneca's advice to delay provides a valuable buffer that allows for a more measured and thoughtful response. Sometimes toxic people may not be aware of how their behavior affects us, or they may have a valid reason for their behavior. In such cases, it can be helpful to talk to them calmly and respectfully, expressing our concerns and expectations. We should not blame, judge, or attack them. We should use I statements such as I feel, I need, or I appreciate. We should also listen to their side of the story and try to understand their point of view. As Epictetus said, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth. So we can listen twice as much as we speak. Open and honest communication can be a powerful tool when dealing with toxic individuals. As Epictetus wisely noted, the balance between listening and speaking is crucial and emphasizes the importance of understanding the other person's point of view. When approaching such conversations, it is crucial to do so with a calm demeanor and a sincere intention to promote understanding. Using I statements helps to convey your feelings and needs without appearing accusatory. By expressing yourself in terms of your own experiences, you avoid blame and create a space for dialogue. For example, saying I feel hurt when so-and-so happens or I need clarity about so-and-so invites constructive conversation rather than triggering defensiveness. But it is important to recognize that not all toxic individuals will respond positively to such conversations. Some may resist change or deny the impact of their actions. In such cases, your efforts to communicate and seek understanding serve as evidence of your commitment to healthy relationships. You may then need to reassess the level of your relationship with these people and consider setting stronger boundaries for your own well-being. Toxic people often demand our attention, time, and energy. They may try to take advantage of us, exploit us, or manipulate us. To prevent this, we need to prioritize our own needs and well-being. We should not sacrifice our happiness, health, or values for their sake. We must not let them guilt-trip, pressure, or coerce us. We should say no when necessary and do what is best for us. As Seneca said, no one can live happily who thinks only of himself and makes everything a matter of self-interest. In the complex dance of dealing with toxic individuals, the principle of prioritizing our own needs emerges as the cornerstone of self-protection. As Seneca aptly observed, our pursuit of happiness and fulfillment cannot depend solely on the whims of others. Conserving our time, attention, and energy becomes the most important act of self-care. It is crucial to set clear boundaries to avoid being taken advantage of or manipulated. Toxic individuals may try to encroach on our personal space and demand more than we are willing to give. Recognizing and affirming our boundaries is not selfish. On the contrary, it is an assertion of our right to live a balanced and fulfilling life. The power of saying no should not be underestimated. It is a powerful tool to preserve our autonomy and protect our mental and emotional health. Embracing the ability to refuse demands that jeopardize our well-being is an affirmation of our self-worth and a recognition that our needs are valid. Maintaining our values in relationships with toxic people is crucial. Resist the temptation to compromise your principles or sacrifice your integrity for the sake of maintaining a connection. Protecting your values not only maintains your moral compass, but also strengthens your identity in the face of external pressures. Toxic people often have deep-rooted issues such as insecurity, trauma, or mental illness. They may act out of pain, fear, or ignorance. To deal with this, we need to accept them as they are and not try to fix or change them. We should neither take responsibility for their problems nor expect them to change for us. We must realize that they are the only ones who can help themselves and that they must want to change. As Epictetus said, some things depend on us and some things do not depend on us. Trying to fix or change toxic individuals is often a futile endeavor. Their behavior may be rooted in deep issues that require professional intervention or personal commitment to personal development. While empathy is very important, taking responsibility for their problems can lead to a harmful cycle of frustration and disappointment. It is important to recognize that the journey towards change must be on our own initiative. Pressuring toxic individuals or expecting them to change for our good is not only unrealistic, it can exacerbate the negativity in the relationship. Epictetus' philosophy reminds us that our influence extends only to what is within our control, our own thoughts, actions, and reactions. By accepting toxic individuals for who they are, we free ourselves from the burden of unrealistic expectations. This does not mean we stop putting up with their harmful behavior. Rather, it is recognizing that our focus should be primarily on our own reactions and choices. Establishing healthy boundaries and maintaining a sense of autonomy become vital aspects of self-care in these situations. It is equally important to prioritize our well-being while maintaining our compassion for the challenges that such negative individuals may face. This may involve limiting time spent with them, seeking support from others, or engaging in self-care practices that help us to recharge emotionally. By choosing our responses wisely, we can navigate these relationships with greater resilience and grace. Sometimes toxic people are too far out of our reach or pose a serious threat to our safety or mental health. In such cases, it may be necessary to distance ourselves from them and remove them from our lives. We should not feel guilty, ashamed, or weak for doing so. We should not allow them to manipulate, harass, or stalk us. We must protect ourselves and seek support from others. As Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not over external events. If you realize this, you will find power." Admitting that a relationship has become too toxic to repair is an act of self-protection. It is not an admission of defeat, but a courageous step towards regaining control over our own narrative. Walking away becomes a declaration of our right to live a life free from the corrosive influence of negativity. It is important not to give in to feelings of guilt, shame, or self-doubt in this process. The teachings of Marcus Aurelius emphasize the internal locus of control. We have the power to choose our reactions and actions even when external events are beyond our influence. Detachment is a choice based on self-respect and a commitment to mental and emotional well-being. We need to set firm boundaries to protect ourselves from manipulation, harassment, or stalking. During this challenging time, seek support from trusted friends, family, or professionals who can offer guidance and understanding. The strength to walk away comes not only from within, but also from the support network we develop around us. Remember that walking away is an act of courage and opens the door to a future free of the toxic influences that once dominated. It is an opportunity to rebuild, heal, and channel our energy into relationships and environments that nurture our growth and happiness. Toxic people often have a negative impact on our mood, attitude, and outlook. They can make us feel unhappy, stressed, or pessimistic. To counteract this, we need to remain neutral and not let them affect our peace of mind. We must not let them influence our thoughts, feelings, or actions. We must not let them ruin our day, our mood, or our life. We must detach ourselves from their negativity and focus on the positive aspects of our lives. As Epictetus said, it is not what happens to you that matters, but how you react to it. Detaching yourself from the negativity of toxic people involves developing mindfulness and self-awareness. When faced with attempts to drag you into a pessimistic mindset, consciously shift your focus to the positive aspects of your life. By shifting your attention, you regain control over your mental and emotional state. You refuse to allow their toxicity to define your inner landscape. One powerful strategy is to practice gratitude. Acknowledge and appreciate the positive elements in your life, whether it is your relationships, your achievements, or moments of joy. By fostering an attitude of gratitude, you strengthen yourself against the corrosive effects of negativity and create a shield that supports resilience and well-being. Maintain a calm and cool demeanor in moments of interaction with toxic people. Responding with emotional neutrality rather than giving in to their attempts to provoke or manipulate you denies them the satisfaction of seeing you as distressed. It also strengthens your sense of control over your reactions. Recognize that the toxicity projected by others often stems from their own unresolved issues. By remaining neutral, you not only protect yourself but also develop a compassionate understanding of the struggles that fuel their negative behavior. This perspective does not excuse their actions, but allows you to handle the situation with empathy and flexibility. Toxic people are often unhappy, miserable, or suffering. They may be acting this way because they are suffering, lonely, or afraid. To deal with this, we need to be compassionate, not judge them, hate them, or get angry with them. We should try to see them as human beings with their own struggles, flaws, and virtues. We should try to understand them, forgive them, and wish them well. As Marcus Aurelius said, whenever you find fault with someone, ask yourself this question: which of my faults is most like the person I am about to criticize? By choosing compassion over resentment, we break out of the cycle of negativity that toxic behavior can perpetuate. Recognizing that toxic individuals may be struggling with inner battles allows us to extend a hand of understanding rather than condemnation. This does not excuse their harmful actions, but recognizes the complexity of the human experience. Understanding that their behavior may stem from their own pain or unresolved issues encourages a shift from hostility to empathy. It becomes an invitation to connect with their common humanity, recognizing that they, like everyone else, have their own struggles, flaws, and virtues. In doing so, we foster a sense of unity in our shared human experience. Forgiveness, as difficult as it is a powerful tool for cultivating compassion. It does not condone their actions, but frees us from the burden of carrying resentment. It is an act of self-empowerment, allowing us to release the control that toxic individuals may have over our emotional well-being, and opening the door to personal healing. Wishing them well despite the difficulties they have caused is a reflection of our commitment to inner peace. This does not mean maintaining close ties with them, but rather releasing negative emotional attachments. This compassionate approach not only benefits our own mental and emotional health, but also sends positive energy out into the universe. Toxic people often challenge our character, integrity, and morality. They can test our patience, kindness, and wisdom. To deal with this, we need to be virtuous and act according to our principles, values, and ideals. We must neither compromise our ethics nor lower our standards. We should strive to be the best version of ourselves and live a good life. As Seneca said, it is not how long you live that matters, but how noble you live. Remaining virtuous requires an unwavering commitment to our principles, values, and ideals. Toxic individuals may try to erode our ethical foundation, but it is essential to stand firm and not compromise the core principles that define our character. In times of difficulty, our virtues become a beacon that guides us through the storm and reaffirms our commitment to a life well lived. Patience is a virtue that is especially tested by toxic behavior. Choosing patience in moments of provocation or manipulation allows us to respond thoughtfully rather than reactively. This is a manifestation of inner strength and resilience. It is recognizing that maintaining composure is a testament to our own moral fortitude. Kindness, while seemingly vulnerable in the face of toxicity, is a profound act of strength. Choosing to be kind does not imply weakness. Rather, it reflects a deliberate choice to transcend negativity and embody the principles we hold dear. It is an investment in creating positive ripples in the world, regardless of the challenges we may face. Wisdom involves judgment and strategic choices as we navigate the complexities of relationships with toxic individuals. It is the ability to recognize when to set boundaries, when to disengage, and when to show understanding. Wisdom guides our actions, ensuring that our reactions are aligned with the overarching goal of living a good and meaningful life. Striving to be the best version of ourselves is not an easy path, especially in the presence of toxicity. Yet it is precisely in such challenging moments that our virtues shine brightest. Every interaction becomes an opportunity to reaffirm our commitment to a noble and virtuous existence, overcoming the challenges posed by toxic individuals. This is the end of this video. I hope you found it useful and interesting. I hope you have learned something new and valuable. I hope you apply these techniques in your life and see positive results for yourself. Remember, toxic people are your teachers, not your enemies. They are there to challenge you, not to harm you. They are there to empower you, not to cause you pain. They are not there to ruin your life, but to enrich it. As Epictetus said, the secret is to only associate with people whose presence elevates you and brings out the best in you. Thank you very much for watching this video. I really appreciate your time and your interest. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment below. I would love to hear your thoughts, insights, and experiences on this topic. How do you deal with toxic people in your life? What Stoic techniques do you use or would like to try? Do you have any questions, suggestions, or requests for future videos? Let me know in the comments section. Also, please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already and hit the bell icon to be notified of new videos. Every week I upload new videos on various topics related to Stoicism and how it can help you live a better, more meaningful, and happier life. Thank you again for being here. I hope to see you again soon. Until then, be a Stoic, stay happy, and take care of yourself. Bye for now.